So you can see the Empire State Building now has turned blue because that is our projection. The President of the United States has won re-election. Let the world know that 11:18 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States, we projected this win, the re-election of Barack Obama for another 4 years. The President will be the winner. Mitt Romney will lose this election. We'll see what happens in these other states. But let's go to Jessica Yellen right now, our chief White House correspondent, watching all of this unfold in Chicago. Jessica.
Well, the euphoria in the room is evident. These people have worked hard for the president. Everyone in this room was in one way or another a volunteer for the campaign. While this was a very different kind of campaign from 2008, what is not different is the kind of coalition the president put together to re-elect him. A very different vision of or makeup of America that is diverse, that is heavily Latino, African American, relied on single women, and where the president played heavily to their interests. And this is a kind of coalition the president made clear he was interested in appealing to, and it's a lesson that the Republican Party will learn from. I will also point out, Wolf, that the president did make some explicit promises about what he would do in a second term, cutting the deficit and not extending the tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, among others.
Jessica, hold on for a moment. I want to listen to some of the people cheering. They are so excited right now. The president supporters at Times Square, the president supporters in Chicago, elsewhere around the world. To Chicago, Brianna Keilar, our White House correspondent, right in the middle of the crowd up there. We're going to try to hear what you have to say, Brianna. Get that microphone right up to your mouth.
Hi, Wolf. It's a very excited crowd here, but I will tell you, I did talk to some people after our projection of Ohio, and I said, are you surprised that things wrapped up so early? And they said, yes. I think people here were settling in for a rather long night. They thought it was going to be more suspenseful, but they're certainly very excited, obviously, Wolf. With each projection that continues to come out, they get even more excited, and this is going to be continuing on for hours. Many of these people here were volunteering for President Obama. These are Illinois-based volunteers. They went door-knocking and phone banking in Wisconsin and Iowa, key battleground states for President Obama. So these are certainly people who really feel like they have some ownership in his re-election here, Wolf.
Very excited in Chicago right now. I assume they're excited all over the country. All of the president's supporters, they worked hard for him to get re-elected. It's interesting that Ohio, by our projecting that he will carry the state of Ohio, that put him over the 270 mark. So the president goes on to win another 4 years in the White House. Anderson, 4 years ago, we projected his win at exactly 11 p.m. on the East Coast. Tonight, we projected his win 18 minutes later at 11:18 p.m. on the East Coast.
Well, we continue to watch the crowds of Obama supporters celebrating. Let's talk to our panelists, our contributors, and our analysts. Just some initial thoughts. Alex?
Well, boy, that hurts. But the current President of the United States is now the future President of the United States. And now it's time for all of us to remember that what this is all about. And that's about leading our country to a better place. So now I think it's incumbent for Republicans to be as gracious as they were passionate about this election. and go sit at the table and see what we can do to deal with some of these pending problems.
Ben Jones, they're from the Democratic perspective.
I agree. I think that the Republican Party is a great party historically, a party of Abraham Lincoln, a party of Teddy Roosevelt as an environmental